Hey y'all, welcome back. This week we are going to be making a bunch of quick and easy meals, and I'm going to start this week off by making some honey garlic chicken. I'm just going to make a salad and some asparagus to go with it on the side. So we're going to start out with making our sauce. I'm going to get a little spatula here, and I am going to add some honey. Now you can find all of these recipes. I will have them linked in my description box down below. So if you want to check out all of the ingredients and everything for these recipes, just check down there. And all of that will be in the description box. So I've got my honey. I'm going to add some rice vinegar, soy sauce, and I've got some chicken stock here, and I'm just going to add that in there and give this a little mix. Make sure everything is nice and combined. Alright, so I've got my sauce done, and I've got some chicken thighs here, and I just put them in the bowl. I've got some cornstarch. Going to add that right in here. Okay, now I'm just going to add some salt and pepper. Alright, now I'm just going to go in and kind of mix this together until everything's really well coated in that cornstarch, and then we will get everything ready to go onto the stove. Alright, so I've got my skillet here, and it's over medium-low heat. I've got it on about between 2 and 3. And I've got my chicken, and I'm just going to go ahead and add my chicken into my pan here. I'm going to get that going. I'm going to start out by frying it skin side down. So I'm going to cook this about just a couple of minutes on this side, then I'm going to flip it over and cook it for a few more minutes. It's not going to be cooked completely through. I just want it to get a nice golden brown color. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then we'll come back and finish this up. Alright, so my chicken has been cooking for about 6 or 7 minutes, and I'm going to go ahead and add in some garlic. I love the smell of garlic cooking. This smells delicious. And the skin is nice and golden and crisp. Smells good already. So I'm going to turn this down just slightly. And I'm going to pour over my sauce. And I'm going to turn my heat up just a little bit, just so it comes up to a boil. Once this comes up to a boil, I'm going to turn the heat back down, and we're going to let this cook until this chicken is cooked completely through. In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and make my salad and some asparagus, and then I will show you everything once it gets done. Alright, y'all, here is my plate. Now, with the chicken, when it got closer time to the end of the cook time for the chicken, I kind of flipped that chicken over a few times just to get it coated in that sauce. And you guys, this chicken was so good. And I served that with some asparagus, seasoned super simple, butter, salt, pepper, and a side salad. This was so good. Alright, you guys, today we're going to be making a super easy dinner. We're going to be making some brown sugar glazed salmon. I've already got some wild rice on cooking, as well as some mixed vegetables to go along with it. We're going to go ahead and start on the salmon. Super easy recipe. Like I said before, I will leave all the links to all these recipes down in the description box below. So I've already got my brown sugar in here and some spices. I don't share all of the ingredients if it's someone else's recipe. Just make sure you check the original recipe for all of the ingredients and directions. So I've got that in there, and I've got some Dijon mustard, and I'm going to add all of that in here. And I am just going to mix this all together. All right, that's good to go. Let's move on over to the stove. All right, so I've got my oven preheated, ready to go, and I've already got my salmon seasoned, ready to go, a little bit of olive oil. And I'm just going to divide this sauce up evenly onto the salmon. Let me swap this spatula out for a spoon. Okay, go ahead and add that right on there. And then once we get the salmon all coated, we're going to cook this until everything is nice and cooked through. Depending on how thick your salmon fillets are, will determine how long you cook it. So just keep an eye on it. Should take about 5 to 10 minutes.
Y'all, I do not know what is up with my microphone or my camera this week, but it has been a hot mess. Anyways, here is my plate. The salmon was so good, super easy to make. I just served that with some wild rice and some mixed vegetables, simply seasoned yet again, butter, salt, and pepper, and this was so delicious.
All right, guys, I've got a little bit of time today in the kitchen, so I'm going to be making some beef and noodles. I love beef and noodles. They're so simple and so delicious. But, you guys, I have finally found the Dr. Pepper Creamy Coconut, Dollar General of all places. Our local grocery stores did not have it at all. I went into Dollar General to get something for my daughter and seen it, and I grabbed it. So these are so good. So if you haven't tried these, highly recommend you try them if you like coconut. If not, it's okay. But we're going to go ahead and start on dinner. So my daughter's swimming, and she's going to be hungry when she gets home because everybody is starving after they get done with swimming for whatever reason. So I've got my skillet here over medium-low heat. I'm going to add just a little bit of avocado oil to my pan here because I want the smoke point of the oil, but I want flavor of the butter, and plus it won't allow the butter to burn. So I'm just going to go ahead and melt this down. And I've got some beef here. This is just a roast that I cut into like cubes, like half-inch cubes. I'm going to go ahead and add all of that in here. And we're going to season this up. Before I season that meat up, I'm going to add in some onion. Now I'm just going to season it with some salt and pepper. And we're going to let this cook for about 10 minutes or so just to get a little color on that beef. And then we'll go from there. Alright, you guys, I thought I was filming, but I was not. I went ahead and added my seasoning in here, a couple of bay leaves, and about 2 cups of beef broth. And I'm going to bring this up to a boil, cut it down to a simmer, cover it up, and let it cook for about 20 to 30 minutes, just until the beef is cooked through. In the meantime, I'm going to bring a pot of water to a boil, salt it, and cook some egg noodles for our pasta, and then I'll bring you back. Alright, so this has been cooking for about 30 minutes, and I went ahead and added the other cup of beef broth because my liquid level was getting pretty low. So now I'm just going to take out my bay leaves. They have done their job. Okay, I'm just going to add in my cornstarch slurry here. We're going to let this thicken up. In the meantime, I'm going to drain my egg noodles here. And then this will be done. If you need to add a little bit more cornstarch slurry just to thicken it up a little bit more, you can do that. So I'm just going to let this kind of sit here and hang out, drain my noodles, and then we'll put this together.
Here is my bowl of the beef and noodles. This was really good. I think I will add some garlic to this next time just to bump up that flavor a little bit, but other than that, I think this was really, really good. We both enjoyed this very much, and I will definitely be making this again. It was so good. I just topped this with some chopped up green onions and some parsley, a little bit of extra pepper, and this was so yummy.
Alright, you guys, today we're going to be making some honey walnut shrimp, and I've already got my rice going in the Instant Pot. I've already got the candied walnuts done. They're sitting over to the side cooling. And I also made my sauce. So if you want the recipe to this, just check down in the description box below and you will find it there. So what I've got going on here is I've got an egg that I just added a little bit of water to and kind of mix that up. And then here is cornstarch, and I'm just going to season this up with a little bit of salt and pepper. Alright, so I've got my shrimp here, my egg, my cornstarch, and I've got a plate. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to take a shrimp, pop it into the cornstarch, shake off the excess, put it into the egg mixture, get that nice and coated, and put it right back into the cornstarch for a double coating of crispiness. My rice is done, but I'm going to just take this out and put that on the plate. I'm just going to finish up the rest of this, and then we'll move on to the stove. Alright, you guys, so I've got all of my shrimp coated and they're ready to go. While I was doing that, I heated up some oil, so that was ready to go. It's over medium-low heat, and I've also got a sheet pan lined with some paper towel and a little rack to catch the grease so that the shrimp stay crispy. So we're going to go ahead and get these started. We're just going to work in batches, and we're going to fry these up. Now, shrimp does not take long to cook, just a couple of minutes. So once these get nice and golden brown, they are good to go. Alright, so these are ready to be flipped. I'm going to go ahead and flip them over and let them cook on the other side for just a few minutes. And then I'm going to remove them and finish up the rest of the shrimp. Alright, you guys, so I've got the shrimp all cooked, and I just put them on the wire rack, let them cool a little bit. They're still warm, and they are nice and crispy. And I went ahead and added the candied walnuts in there. And now I'm just going to add half of my sauce. I want to save some for the top, so that way we'll have a little bit of extra sauce. So I'm just going to add half of this. And we're just going to toss this together until it's pretty well coated.
Alright, you guys, here is my plate. I think this was our favorite of the entire week. This was so easy and so delicious. We just served this simply with some steamed broccoli with some salt and pepper on top, and it was so, so good. If you are interested in any of these recipes, you can find them all down in the description box down below. But that is going to wrap up this week's video. If you enjoyed it, give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment in the comment section down below. And if you are new, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful week, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.